The Socceroos have a creative problem, and I'd like to call it the Aiden Hrustic problem. From about 2020, I feel like Aiden Hrustic has been our most creative player, but he can't get into the team. I mean, especially at that 2022 World Cup, I thought he was nailed on to be our best player. You know, the player that we turn to when we need someone to turn the game on its head. I mean, every team has these players, especially the lesser nations, like Almiron for Paraguay or Zaha for Ivory Coast, even Pulisic for the USA. A player that can pick the ball up on the halfway line, get past a few players, and get a shot off or get an assist. And I feel like that's such a rarity for the Socceroos to have a player like that. So I find it astonishing that Hrustic can't start for us. I just don't understand why. I assume the reason that he isn't starting is because we're versing better nations than us, or better footballing nations than us. So obviously we want to play a more defensive style, and maybe we can't fit in a creative player like that. But I feel like if you're going to sacrifice a defensive player in one position, it should be in that attacking midfield role. Or a player who can create goals on their own and not just be a finisher. Because yes, we've had really good players who can turn games on its head like Cahill and Viduka, but they need other players to create the chances for them. Whereas Hrustic is our probably first player in a long time who can do it all on his own. So I'm really hoping at the next World Cup, because we're versing a little bit, lesser nations, that he can start for us. Because I think that if we can get the best out of him, we'll be a much better team. And a team that actually has to be feared going forward. Because right now, I feel like we're very one-dimensional. Because as good as we were at the last World Cup, we scored a deflection, a counter-attack, and 2 crosses. Which shows you how defensive a team we were, and I guess still are. But we can still play defensive like that if we have a game who can turn the game on their head, like Hrustic.